My name is Katie Sober, and this is my Pecha Kucha. In this Pecha Kucha, I explore this question as an intro to writing creative nonfiction. What are some tools and strategies good writers employ to generate ideas for creative nonfiction essays? Just as there are endless things to write about, there are endless answers to my question. Before I begin describing some tools and strategies for generating creative nonfiction essay ideas, you may be asking yourself, what is creative nonfiction? It is the genre of writing that uses literary styles and techniques to create factually accurate narratives. They are true stories that can have fictional embellishments and can really be about anything. Individual brainstorming is the obvious place to start when discussing ways to generate new ideas. Although it may sound simple, sometimes merely thinking and reflecting upon things can spark new and creative ideas in the mind, but more often than not, things are not so simple and other tools and strategies need to be explored. Gathering into a peer group can be the perfect environment to brainstorm new ideas and bounce existing ones off of others. Group brainstorming allows for the development of in-depth ideas and has been known to spark creativity with participants. The best part about group brainstorming is sometimes when you hear someone else's ideas, it inspires a new idea of your own. Journaling is a broad category. Journaling can be a great place to start when attempting to figure out what to write about. Journals can be very personal, which is fitting, as the creative nonfiction essay is sometimes called the personal narrative. If you don't know what to write about in your journal, perhaps start by writing down your dreams or something that inspires you. If journaling doesn't seem like your cup of tea, then consider blogging, the modern day journal. Blogging can have the benefits of both journaling and group brainstorming. A blog is a virtual journal, but also since blogging occurs on public platforms, group brainstorming and peer reviewing should be easy with willing participants. One of the biggest tips in generating ideas for creative nonfiction writing is to read. Reading will always be the largest inspiration for writing. Specifically, reading some creative nonfiction essayists might be incredibly helpful for you. Try David Sedaris or Joanne Beard. Also try podcasts or music if that's more your jam. Free writing is a very popular employed strategy. It is a tool that can produce all genres of writing. It is when one takes out a piece of paper and just starts writing a stream of whatever comes to mind about ideas that you would like to explore. It is okay for it to be random. Just always keep that pen moving. Identifying your main interests can also help you gather topics for your personal essays. Think about things that hold your interest and that you are passionate about. Even things that you're simply curious about can spark inspiration and creativity. For example, identifying that you like to garden might inspire you to write an essay about gardening with your grandmother. Prompting is a strategy that has been continually used by English language arts teachers. Although creative nonfiction essays should be unique and personal to each individual, prompting can still be a great tool for generating ideas. Writing from prompts can pull up a surprising number of ideas that you might not generate simply from thinking on your own. Mind mapping is a great way to generate ideas for creative nonfiction essays. It is a visual way to think of ideas. When mind mapping, first select a central idea and put it in a bubble in the center of a piece of paper. Then, let your mind wander and add a new branch for each new idea that comes to you. When you are done, you have a visual map of your mind. Clustering is similar to mind mapping, but different with a few essential elements. Although a visual strategy, it is used to explore relationships between ideas that you come up with. You begin by writing down a subject, and then you continue writing down ideas regarding that subject or topic. And clustering is all about linking everything to your central idea. List making is another tool that I would like to highlight when trying to find a good creative nonfiction essay topic that interests you. You can either A, make a list of things to make lists about, or choose one specific topic when making a list. For example, like choosing your mother as a topic and then making a list of attributes. The design of the list is also really up to you. Creating a timeline is also a nice approach to generating ideas. You may find the events you place on your timeline to be surprising. They don't need to be life marker moments, only moments that are important to you, like the first time you made cookies from scratch or the first time you joined a soccer team. It only has to make sense to you. Changing your environment often can ignite new creative ideas in the mind. It sounds too simple, but sometimes merely walking away from something and coming back to it can spark new ideas. Remove yourself from your distractions and your environment. Walk away from the writer's block. Take a walk by yourself. Researching is often associated with term papers or projects, but there is no reason researching cannot be a tool utilized in generating creative nonfiction essays. As you scroll and sift through the database, something might catch your attention that sparks a memory from your past or a central idea for your essay. Nutshelling is another strategy that you might consider using while attempting to generate ideas. It all begins by laying out a few sentences in your head and then summarizing those sentences on your paper. It helps you distinguish major and minor ideas in your thoughts and helps you identify main ideas and how they might relate to each other. Looping is a writing strategy that combines nutshelling and free writing. It is called looping because you go back and forth between nutshelling and free writing, always creating a continual loop. If nutshelling and free writing are great strategies to generate creative nonfiction essay ideas, think about what looping can do with utilizing both of them. Cubing is a critical thinking process that involves examining a writing project from 6 different sides. The writer asks themselves questions like, what is this project? What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? What can I accomplish from this piece? The idea here is at the end of the exercise, you should have at least an angle or an outline towards what you want to write about. Creative nonfiction essays can take a lot of work when trying to generate the right idea for a personal narrative, but even the most well-renowned creative nonfiction authors struggle too and have to utilize the strategies and tools that I just named. Although there is no right or wrong way to brainstorm, I hope you enjoyed my suggestions in this Pecha Kucha.